Hey everyone, and welcome to Night at the Improv. Night at the Improv happens every first Saturday of the month, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the show where you direct our design, and tonight our word is rainbow, given to us by Nails by Lena C. Thank you so much, Lena, for our word for tonight, rainbow. If you would like to direct me to do a design, leave a comment below your word and I'll add it to the spinner. And who knows, maybe next episode your word will be chosen. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. And for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So after our first two spins, we have a theme of rainbow, and we have to use at least 3 colors in our background. So I've picked 3 out to do separately on each nail. We're going to start with this black, and some brands I've learned over time, you have to put on the thinnest layer of black to fully cure it. Some brands aren't really well with a normal coat. You have to go with a very thin one. If you go with a normal coat or thicker, it's going to wrinkle and it's going to look like a hot mess. So, just to make you aware, if you ever pick up a black gel polish that you are not used to, keep that in mind. Alright, so for rainbow, I thought this was going to be an easy peasy lemon squeezy type deal, and it kind of was. But as you know, if the wheel turns, it definitely throws the curveballs. So for this next nail, I thought, hey, we're gonna need a sky, so let's paint one blue. So the first nail, you always can see really nice rainbow colors against a black background. And then, of course, to make it more fitting, you can do a rainbow against a sky background. So I was thinking, oh, let's make this blue. Maybe we'll add some, use my little sponge square and put some fluffy clouds in this background. So, just kind of thinking how I would present rainbow on each nail here. And I don't show it, but I did put 2 coats of each nail on each nail. So I only show the one, but I really wanted to, it's such a long nail, I wanted to make sure that the pigment was nice and solid. This one here, I could have gone with a regular white, but I'm actually trying to use my Born Pretty polishes, so I only had a jelly white, so I'm just using that. I just have a bunch of Born Pretty polishes, and if I'm not doing an official set, especially one that I put on my Etsy, I'm pretty much using VAR nail polishes. So for this, I'm just going to be using as much Born Pretty as possible, just because, I don't get to use it much, so I want to use it up so I don't just chuck everything without even getting to use it as much as I wanted. But I do like the jellies. I kind of question, should I really? Because I probably have more regular white polish than I do jelly polish, but it's like, whatever. If I need more jelly white, I could always go and get some more. So I think my focus should be on using up all my Born Pretty. I was going to give away, but I was like, no, I just really don't feel comfortable, giving away used polish. And then I was like, oh, I'll just throw it away. But then I didn't feel comfortable just chucking good polish. So here we are. But anyway, I guess I do show 2 coats. But we are speeding this up because I don't want this to be a long video. I think this is a fairly quick one. I remember my first few Night at the Improvs was always between 30 to 40, sometimes more than that, minutes. So let's not go back there. But I'm just really excited to show you the rest of my process for these nails. Anyway, this one here, I think this was part of a jelly collection, and it's a glitter, and look how gorgeous it is. No, it's not part of the jelly collection, but it is still gorgeous. So it looks like an iridescent glitter polish with a translucent gel, but then when the light starts hitting it, as you can see there, it just has sparkle of green. So I love that. But I do love also that off camera it does give it an iridescent color, because I want it to be rainbow, you know. I don't want it to be just giving off green vibes. So all in all, I think it worked out. It's just camera picks up more green than the other colors. But yeah, so I got my colors down, and then we're gonna spin the wheel and see what else we have to work with. And after our next spin, our first required decoration for the night is going to be gold leaf. And if you've seen my October mystery box unboxing live, you might have seen this precious little pot of gold leaf. It's in silver, and there's a ton of it, you guys. I am now putting on some Macart transfer glue. I cured it, and now I'm just using the stickiness to adhere these. I used to in the past just use gel, but I realized that if you use transfer glue, cure that, and have it all tacky, the gold leaf not only sticks to it, but it's not going to roll around or smear around because of the gel being uncured. But this did get messy. This pot is full, you guys. If you really need to add to your inventory some gold leaf, I highly recommend going on Varnail. As you know, I am a brand ambassador, but that's not why I'm saying it. I had to carefully open up those pots that because I got in gold and silver because it was overflowing. And you really, when you get gold leaf, you really want to get a good amount for your money. I did in the past get some from Amazon that came in smaller pots, and they only put like 1 or 2 pieces in there, which kind of bites. But anyway. So what I wanted to do, as you saw, is encapsulate the gold leaf. I thought that would be great. Now here's a nice pro tip. If you want to have the effect of icicles, this is clearly silver, so it's not going to be clear icicles, but you want that like crinkly look underneath the nail, use gold leaf. And then you encapsulate that with, I used builder gel. You can use poly gel, you can use acrylic, whatever you intend to use. So as I'm putting and I filed it, that's why it's all white and murky. And then I'm putting on these jelly polishes to kind of reveal all this crinkliness underneath the encapsulation, and I think it looks gorgeous. And pardon for the focus, my camera was going haywire. If you're watching this far, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and click that like button. It really helps my channel out, and I greatly appreciate your support. And after spinning, our second required decoration for the night is going to be acrylic pens, which I am happy to see. I've only picked this, I think, twice. Once or twice on a night at the Improv Live. But now I have it in video. I don't think I had it any other time. But anyway, so this kind of threw a wrench in my The gold leaf did, actually. Gold leaf does not sound like anything rainbow to me, except maybe the gold at the end of the rainbow, but I didn't want to be so obvious like that. And then the acrylic pens, I was like, oh, now I can draw something. So I was like, well, when I was little, I would watch this television show that I really, truly loved, and it's called The Reading Rainbow. Yeah, it's one of my favorites growing up, so hit that like button and comment below. Let me know if it was one of yours. But it was so educational, so fun, and then of course LeVar Burton hosted this show, and he was great. He was my reading buddy. I actually need to find this show on DVD because, you know, if we have little ones running around in the future, I would totally want them to watch that stuff. There's been a bunch of shows I used to watch as a kid that I've been getting in DVD formats, just in case, or just to reminisce. So I'll probably just get it for myself, and then if we happen to have kiddos, I'll have them watch it because, you know, again, very educational, very nice. There's no craziness happening. But then again, let's watch it again because I said the same thing about Mr. Rogers. But I think that was good too. I don't know. You know, the puppets were kind of scary looking. But anyway, I'm just doing the logo behind that beautiful background, by the way. It's normally a white background, but screw it, you know. Let's add some magic to the reading rainbow because reading is super ultra fundamental, and I highly recommend it to everyone everywhere. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you're watching this far, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and click that like button. It really helps my channel out, and I greatly appreciate your support. Okay, so after our final spin, our last required decoration for the night is going to be caviar beads. Now, the gold leaf did throw me off. I think the acrylic pens definitely were an opportunity that I liked. This one here, not so much, but I really get to try this gold chrome powder out on this long nail. So we're not putting any neon rainbows on this one. What we're going to do is I put that 2-in-1 chrome top coat on this nail, and we are now putting that gold chrome powder. Look at it. It's a bar gold. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I don't even like yellow gold, but it's coming out so goldy. Like, I just really like it. Alright, so the idea for this one that I think was very creative, or maybe a desperate attempt to count it as a rainbow, but I'm using all my sized caviar beads to make the rainbow. So I'm using Jenny's Secret. I'm going to have to get more of this because I am running out, and I think a pot is like 60 or 70 bucks. It's a pretty penny, but I like totally stand behind this. It's a very thick gel, and it keeps your caviar beads from rolling around, as you can see. So I'm not chasing it around like a crazy person. I hate that. It's so thick that I'm laying down the caviar beads, and then I figured I'll put the top coat around it afterwards. So it all worked out. I normally like to do the gummy jelly or Jenny Secret or rhinestone glue, and then I put a nice thin top coat over it, and then put whatever I need to put on there and cure it. But I really didn't want to risk those caviar beads rolling around. There is a lot of them. So I actually ended up doing row by row with the Jenny Secret, just to, you know, make sure that I wasn't going to go nuts chasing these suckers around. So I'm making this monochrome with the chrome powder. So it's like a monochrome rainbow nail. and the texture is giving it the rainbow vibe. So I thought that was kind of brilliant in a way, just because when we think of rainbow, we think more of the color versus texture, of course. But how do you convey the color if you don't have the color? Well, just add some texture. So the biggest ring has the largest caviar beads, and then the inward more you go, the smaller the bead you're going to get. So it definitely kind of conveys, at least to me, a rainbow vibe. So I'm sticking to it. I like it. Comment below. Let me know what you think of this monochrome rainbow. And then if you were put a pot of gold at the end, like what would that look like? Maybe you'd have rainbow coins, just to be opposite. But yeah, so I'm gonna finish putting this top coat, cure it, and then we'll come back for the end result. If you're watching this far, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and click that like button. It really helps my channel out, and I greatly appreciate your support. And here is the end result for our word for tonight, rainbow, given to us by Nails by Lena C. Thank you so much, Lena, for our word for tonight, rainbow. If you would like to direct me to do a design, leave a comment below your word and I'll add it to the spinner. And who knows, maybe next episode, your word will be chosen. All right, looky here, looky here. Let us take a look at our first nail that we got. Here we have the Reading Rainbow. And I'm kind of psyched that I did this at first go. I mean, it doesn't look exactly like the logo, but pretty close. The O has some sort of special star inside. I'm like, yeah, I don't have a micro acrylic pen to make that, so I just left it open. But I love that background. It is just giving magical vibes. And again, check that show out. I think you can like it at any age. I mean, I'm going to find that DVD because I want to watch it now. At least find a place where I can stream it. Alright, so here's our gold leaf encapsulated nail with the jelly rainbow on top. You can see that crinkly through it. Doesn't it give it such a really cool texture? I just love encapsulation. I just rarely do it because I have to whip out that. I got to use up that Born Pretty Builder Gel. It's not my favorite. I really hate it, but I definitely wanted to do the encapsulation, so there you go. Last but not least, here's our Caviar Beads Rainbow. I think it turned out pretty cool for not being a rainbow exactly. But those sized caviar beads, I knew they would come into use one day. So look at all that. I just love it. I think this whole theme turned out great, to be honest. So thank you so very much for watching me at Night at the Improv every first Saturday of the month, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And join me this week. I do have my 18-week special giveaway. I've been posting it on Tuesdays, so go check that video out and place your vote, enter into my giveaway. And then also I do have my second Thursday of the month Worldly Josieisms video, so also check that out. And of course I have my craft videos, maybe my live. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.